Welcome to Your Mic is Hot, the podcast where we speak up, stand out, and build something that fits your life. I'm your host, Julie Eichhoff of the Online School for Voiceover, and I believe that your voice, your story, and your skills are the keys to creating a business that's as unique as you are. And let's dive in. Welcome back to Your Mic is Hot. I'm Julie Eichhoff. And if you've ever daydreamed about leaving your 9-to-5, turning that late-night side hustle into your main thing, and working on your own terms, then this episode is especially for you. Today's topic is Side Hustle to Signature Business, Making the Leap Without Burning Out. Because yes, the leap can feel very exciting, but it can also feel terrifying. And in a world that glorifies quitting your job on a Monday and going viral on a Tuesday, I want to give you something more realistic and way more sustainable. We're going to talk about what it really looks like to go full-time, how to transition with intention, and how to avoid the burnout that so many of us hit when they try to hustle our way to freedom. So let's get into it. Why this transition is such a big deal. Let's start with this. Going from side hustle to full-time isn't just a financial shift. It's an identity shift. When you've spent years working for someone else, following their schedule, their goals, their systems, suddenly becoming your own boss, well, that changes everything. It is exciting and it is freeing, but it also comes with a lot of what-ifs. What if I can't make enough money doing this? What if I lose momentum? What if I'm really not cut out for this? That's why this episode isn't about hype. It's about helping you build a plan that actually works for your real life, not some social media version of success. So let's start by reframing the leap. You don't have to go from 0 to 100 overnight. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow to prove you're serious. In fact, taking your time with the transition can actually protect your creativity, your health, and your motivation in the long run. Think of it less as a leap and more like a bridge. You're building one intentional step at a time. And yes, the first few steps can feel sort of wobbly, but you get to decide how fast you cross. Let's start with step 1, and that is defining your version of full-time. What does full-time mean for you? Because it's not the same for everyone. For some people, it's all about salary. It's replacing a $90,000 a year salary. For others, it's covering the basics and gaining back time and energy. It might be scaling a voiceover business to part-time hours, or earning enough from your podcast to leave a draining freelance gig. There's no right number, but you do need clarity on your own number. Knowing what you're aiming for turns the dreams into something measurable. Your second step then is know what you're selling and who it's for. Before you go part-time or full-time, you need to get real about what you're actually offering and whether people are paying for it. Ask yourself these questions. What's the one core offer I can build around? Who needs it? And have I tested it? Maybe you're a voice artist and your sweet spot is e-learning narration for busy course creators. Or maybe you're a coach helping podcasters land their first sponsors. Whatever it is, clarity creates momentum. When you know what you sell and who it's for specifically, you stop spinning in maybe someday mode and start building something real. So your third step is to keep it simple, especially at first. One of the biggest traps I see is trying to do too much too soon. You don't need a fancy website, a fancy funnel, a 6-offer product suite, and a color-coded content calendar on day 1, I promise. At the start, focus on the one thing that moves the needle. That might be pitching new clients. It might be booking podcast interviews or creating repeatable systems. Keep it lean, keep it focused, keep it moving. And remember, simple doesn't mean small. Simple means sustainable. Your step 4 will be use your side hustle season to experiment. This is the gold of having a side hustle. You get to try things without the pressure of everything riding on it. Use this time to test different offers, get feedback from real other human beings, play with your voice and your brand, learn what drains you and what energizes you. Maybe you realize you love hosting your podcast, but you hate editing it. That's good data. Maybe your group program feels more aligned than one-on-ones. That's also helpful. The goal is to collect clues so that when you do go full-time, you're not guessing. You're building from experience. Now, step number 5 is to prep your back-end systems. Before you go part-time or full-time, take some time to get your systems in place, even if they're super simple. Think about things like, how will clients book and pay you? How do you track income and expenses? Do you have boundaries around time, communication, and scope? These aren't the sexiest parts of business, but they will save your sanity down the road. Even a basic setup like a Google Sheet using Calendly and a payment link can go a long way. You want to be ready before business picks up, not scrambling after. But a word of caution here. Spending too much time building these things out can also stall your forward progress. So decide the basics that you need, get them in place, and be ready to move forward. Too often I see people decide they need a website early on and spend months and months designing a logo and creating their website and doing all of these background functions that seem really important at the time, but are actually stalling progress. So, like I said, discover the things that you need to have in place so that you're ready when you scale. Get them done and be ready to move on. Don't dwell on them. That brings us to step 6, and that is to set a timeline, but you will need to stay a little bit flexible. It's helpful to have a target date in mind for your transition. It gives you something to aim for, but, and this is important, it's okay if things shift a little bit. Maybe you thought you'd go full-time in 6 months, but it takes 9 or a full year. Maybe an unexpected client lets you do it faster than that. It's not a failure to adjust your timeline. It's smart. You're not running a race. You're building something for the long haul. But timelines and goals are important. They keep you moving forward at a steady pace. Step 7 is to let it be yours. The biggest permission slip I can give you today is this. Let your journey look like yours. Not the coach who scaled to 7 figures in 12 months, not the podcaster who got a book deal after their first year, not even your best friend who quit her job and never looked back. You get to grow your business in a way that feels aligned, healthy, and true, and you can go full-time without sacrificing your peace or your purpose. The most important thing, you keep showing up. I'm going to say that again. Keep showing up. This week's micro challenge is about making your transition plan. This week, take about 20 minutes or so to sketch out your transition plan. Nothing fancy, just a rough map of what the next phase might look like for you. So once again, get out your pencil and paper or your notes app and jot these things down. Number 1, what is my version of full-time? So define what full-time means to you. It's going to be different for every single person. Number 2, what do you need to earn monthly to make the leap feel possible? An actual number is needed here. Number 3, what offer or services will you focus on first? Number 4, what's one small system you can set up now? And number 5, what's your ideal timeline? And what's one step you can take this week? You don't have to have it all figured out, but these are great questions to ponder and start jotting things down. You need to get going on your general direction and your time frame. The leap from side hustle to full-time gig is a big one, but it doesn't have to be reckless or rushed or dramatic. You can do it your way, grounded, intentional, and with your sanity intact. So take your time, trust your voice, and remember, the business you're building, it's already real, it's already worthy, and it's already happening. And I'm cheering you on every step of the way. So until next time, your mic is hot, and the world is listening. And just in case, if you have interest in becoming a voice artist, please check out my free mini course, Intro to Voiceovers. You'll find a link to it in the show notes. It's a Q&A session that should help answer all those questions you have going on in your head, wondering how you could make it happen. So find the show notes, check out the link for the free mini course, Intro to Voiceover. Thanks for tuning in to Your Mic is Hot. If today's episode got you thinking, dreaming, or planning, share it with a friend, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Remember, your mic is hot. The world's waiting. Speak up, stand out, and build something that fits your life.